I'm Chey, and I'm in need of a break. It's simply that. These past few weeks have just been crazy. A lot of stuff at work, a lot of personal project stuff, and it's not bad, it's just, it's busy stuff. A lot of projects that I thought would be at a certain point are not at that certain point because of other certain points that have popped up, and I'm trying not to lose it. So you know what I need? You know what I need? Is what I need. Someone out there believes that. I need a good, relaxing night in. What do you say? I think I just need a really cozy night in to relax. So that's what we're gonna do. This is not a complicated vlog. It is a simple vlog for the sake of my sanity, which there's not much left. So we're gonna have to be extra careful. It's not gonna be strictly a reading vlog, but there is going to be a lot of reading vlog involved. So I don't know why I'm standing here yakking. Let me go and do the first thing that I love to do when I'm trying to relax. And one of the first things I'm gonna do is sit out here and enjoy the last of the sunshine as it turns into a sunset. Yeah, sitting and touching grass, you know, like we do. I got stick, very important addition to this vlog. I'm gonna sit out here for a few minutes, get some fresh air, get some natural dopamine and my lizard time. Then I'm gonna let the boys out for their evening runarounds, and we're gonna get to cozy whatever. Alright, we're back in from outside. The dogs are in. They're comfy. They're cozy. They're taken care of. So let's take care of us. The first thing that I'm going to do is change into some more comfy clothes now that we're inside for the night. You know, I am in a cozy comfy t-shirt from Record Exchange Silver Springs. RIP, they are no longer open. And some shorts. But you know what? I don't feel like wearing shorts. I want to wear some comfy cozy pants. So, where's my pants? I'm wearing pants. I need to find different cozy pants. You know, it's not winter, but I think these will do nicely. I also need to go turn on the air conditioning. That way we can have an extra excuse for cozy, comfy pants. I almost smacked myself in the face with Snowflake SpongeBob. That way we can have an extra excuse for cozy, comfy blankets and all that good stuff. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, so now that we are changed and all good, I think we are going to start setting up our cozy environment. There she is. There's my girl!
Hey everyone, if I look disheveled, it's cause
Jan, I love you!
Even humans are human toes are beings. Everything's disorganized, but they're trying their best. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything positive to say. So yeah. I have met nice people, which is good.
Yeah, the best part was meeting up with people. Like this, best part. Yeah. The hot dog was good, but
okay, so Jan's vlog is finished. I had some snacks, and I did some much-needed updating in my reading journal, which I pretty much have not touched since February, so that was nice. I think I am going to take a break, maybe read one of my little short stories. I like read a couple chapters and something, and then I'm gonna watch another booktube video. I honestly thought about putting on Throne of Blood. I was like, what if I watch like a bookish movie? Like, what if I do that? I'm not gonna put on a bookish TV show or something like that because I don't really know any, and here's where I may lose a lot of my retention. I have a hot take. I don't like Gilmore Girls. So that's out. That's right out. 4 is right out. What if I put on Monty Python? So I was thinking, like, what could I put on? And I thought about putting on Throne of Blood, which if you do not know what Throne of Blood is, then you have not talked to me for very long. It is Akira Kurosawa, who is one of my favorite directors. It's his adaptation of Macbeth. It's the Japanese adaptation of Macbeth, and it is incredible. Toshiro Mifune, who is one of my favorite actors, plays Macbeth, the character Macbeth. And it's just fantastic. But also, I don't want to be depressed. I want to relax. So we're not going to watch that tonight, but I do encourage you to watch it. If you like Macbeth, if you like Shakespeare, I highly recommend you to watch that movie. Okay, I have my next video queued up, but for right now, I'm going to grab these, and I'm going to read a couple chapters. Let's do that. Let's do that and talk about it. Actually, getting even more specific, so I'm not overachieving, because we're supposed to be relaxing and being cozy and all that crap. I'm going to try a chapter in here, And I'm going to read one short story in here. I think that's fair to do. Let's get started. I think I'm going to start with this first, and then I'll read the short story. Okay, so far, prologue. I'm intrigued. Okay, so first thoughts. The writing feels... I'm getting used to the writing style. I don't want to say anything about it too fast, because all I did was read one chapter. The writing style... I don't know if it's my brain not wanting to cooperate with focusing on something, because I do have severe ADHD. I like the writing style. It's just a little hard for me to grasp, to like sink in. But I am liking it so far. I am intrigued. That's all I can say. It's one chapter. What do you want from me? Now, I'm going to read a story in When the World Began. This is just a little collection of Ethiopian, like, short stories that I got from my library during their latest discard sale, and I love it. I love collecting kids' books, stuff like this, because they're educational, and you get to learn about different cultures, different stories, and also, if I ever, like, read them and get tired of them, I do have, like, friends with kids, or, you know, relatives in my life that I can pass these on to. And bam, that's Christmas or birthdays or holidays or whatever settled. Right now, I'm going to be reading How the Tortoise Got Her Shell. Also, reading picture books as an adult, severely underrated. Anyone tells you you're a little bit too old to be reading picture books, tell them that they have a little bit too many words for how few brain cells they have, and yet they're still talking. Okay, short story done. Should I go ahead and read another one? How far? I think I'm going to read, like, another one or two, and then I'm going to watch a movie. No. I'm going to watch a YouTube video. I actually have an audiobook, too. I could put on the audiobook for Murderbot and do some coloring. That could be really cozy. Y'all, I'm crying. Alright, I finished reading a little bit more, so now I'm going to watch another booktube video. It's already 10 o'clock. Where did the time go? I think I'm just going to watch one more booktube video for tonight, and then we're going to make it a little bit more interesting by actually getting and reading some stuff. But I just needed my brain off for a minute. What is underneath me? It's a book. And then I have Stephen Graham Jones, which I probably shouldn't read before bed, but guess what? Ooh! I'm going to anyway. If you're wondering what fell, it was just a bottle of glue. Well, this fell off the couch, and it went, and then it knocked over a bottle of glue. Don't worry about why I have a bottle of glue next to my couch. I really am thinking about watching a video, though, and then hair! And then putting on an audiobook and doing some coloring. Or maybe doing something in my reading journal. Putting on an audiobook and doing something. Break, team. Let's go. There's my remote. I wonder why... Shelve it or stake it. I keep saying I'm gonna watch. Let's watch Girl. Let's watch Homie.
Hey y'all, it's Brandy and welcome back to the Antisocials Library. Cauldron of consumption.
Alright, bestie baddies. We are having a little bit of a change of scenery. Isn't that fantastic? I am going to hydrate. I'm gonna get some water before I sit down, and then I'm gonna do an audiobook. I'm gonna be listening to Murderbot number 4. I'm gonna get some water, and then we're gonna listen to Murderbot number 4 while coloring or whatever. If you have medication that you have to take at night, now's your time to take it. Take it with me. Shadoink. Here's a fun little neurodivergent tip. If you have a thing that you routinely need to do, and yet, like, you may do it, and then you forget whether if you did it or not, like, oh, man, did I really shut the refrigerator door? Did I really turn the sink water off? Have yourself a little stimming noise every time you do that chore. So, if you lock the door at night, Robert. It helps you remember it, you know? That's what doing squats every workout will get you. Now comes the issue of what actual book do I want to color in? And how long do I want to color? Okay, by George, I think I've got it. So it's not bookish, really, but it's cozy. So in one of my very old SpongeBob coloring books, there is, like, preppy fraternity SpongeBob. He would haze me. I would be a victim of his hazing. But there's that. And then if you turn the page, you got Surfer SpongeBob, blah, 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 whatever. But then we've got Cozy Pajama SpongeBob. So, like, I think this is the one. I think this is the one. There may be like a book or something in here, but I think those cozy ones are the ones to beat. So let's do it. Let's do we got the Jellyfishing Handbook. I could do that one. That's the one I'm going to do first, because he's actually reading.
The cargo transport to Speed manifest said it was currently traveling without crew or passengers and was on minimal life support. Even stations as big and heavily armed as Havrat had to be careful of anomalous approaches that might turn out to be raiders.
Ta-da! She's a mess. Like me. Honestly, it's not as bad as it looks on camera. iPhone is going to bring up the contrast, like, insanely. But yeah. It's cute. This looks super dark on camera, but it actually looks really pink in person, and this looks more orange. I don't know what's up with the iPhone camera, but whatever. It's my paper, no one else's. And I got to chapter 3, so that means I have under 3 hours left in this audiobook. Hi, what did I tell you? I'm now in my bed, and hey, you're getting a little behind the scenes look at my whole little, what I read in an hour a week before bed kind of thing. Because I am, right now, doing my hour. Kinda. I'm taking a little break to tell you what the hell's going on. I've got all my books, and I filmed my little B-roll for it as I'm reading, so now I'm going to just read straight through. Then I'm going to make a little update for that, and then I'm just going to keep reading till I fall asleep. I'm going to fly through this tonight. I really hope so, but the thing that I'm going to read and finish up first is Nobody Ever Asked Me About the Girls. I am not liking this very much, which I will have a whole rant about in my 10 pages a day video at the end of the year, but I might give y'all a little bit of sneak peek because it's going to be a long while for that video is out. And when that video is out, it will be on my main channel, Press Play Chey. If you're not already subscribed over there, if you don't already know about that channel, now's your chance to, well, not now, but go check it out after this video. I make a lot of good stuff over there. Make a lot of good stuff over here too. If you're not already subscribed here, why not? Come join the chaos. Come see what happens with this. Come see what happens with me. But I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to keep trucking through this, and then We Used to Live Here. I'm at least going to read like a chapter or two in each of these, besides the one that I'm going to finish. So let's get to it. Like, I could fall asleep like this, and just stay like this. Alright, this is done. First book of the night done. Nobody Ever Asked Me About the Girls. Lisa Robinson. I'm not going to delve too much into it right here, right now. Also, I may wait till the morning to give you some thoughts, or whenever I get home tomorrow. But, this person. There's a lot of good points made in this book, but it feels very much like the author is the enemy that they're writing against. It's okay to have opinions, you know, if you're like, well, I don't like this particular female artist because of their music, you know, whatever, stuff like that. But when you're writing a nonfiction, not expose, I can't think of the word, but you're writing about how nobody ever asked you about the girls. And I think that the phrase saying like, oh, you have to be a girl's girl is problematic, because like, I'm not going to be a girl's girl for someone that doesn't believe in human rights. That girl's not a girl's girl, so I'm not a girl's girl for that girl. This is not that bad. However, this author tends to have favorites and non-favorites that they show very strongly. And for a book like this, I feel like it's definitely okay to mention like your biases or, you know, your opinions and stuff like that. It's the way that it's presented in like such a vindictive way. Like, she mentions that she doesn't like Taylor Swift. She's like, I don't like Taylor Swift. And she mentions she may be business savvy, but like when she was a kid, she definitely had she had buck teeth and stuff like that. And you want a really good summary of this author's attitude. There's a chapter here that talks about escaping very rough family situations. And of course she brings up Aretha Franklin, because if you know anything about Aretha Franklin, like her husband and that whole situation was, and she talks about that Aretha's singular talent, like her voice allowed her, you know, an avenue to escape it. And then her next transition, which I will post a picture in here, said Britney Spears, who has no such talent. I'm sorry, wrong. You know? You can say that you don't like Britney's work. You can say that you don't think Britney is particularly talented. But when you phrase it like that, like Britney, who has no such... This fucking guy, get a load of this. You know, it's like, you. not supporting the, like, you just want to talk, you just want to jerk yourself off of how many times you hung out with Joni Mitchell and Joan Byatt. Like, calm down, bro. That's what it feels like, at least. So I'm glad I bought it from my library to support it. I'm glad that I read it and I know more about, you know, women journalists and stuff. And I do feel like I learned some things, but it's like the presentation totally failed, you know? So anyway, I'm going back to my demon smut. Zing! That was not a Scooby-Doo gummy wrapper. You didn't see that. Good Saturday morning, everybody. What happened on Friday? Friday happened. I don't know what to tell you. Contrary to some popular belief, Friday did happen. I was going to end this video on a Friday night, looking like Steve Urkel over here with these high-waisted shorts and shirt. I was going to end this video on Friday night. However, I'm not going to lie, it just felt boring. Which, like, Chey, that's the point. That's the point. It's supposed to be relaxing and cozy. It's not supposed to be vivacious and, you know? But I think I figured out the problem. I think it's the fact that I was sitting in mostly one space with, like, one camera angle. And I just wanted some more variety, and I wanted to keep the cozy vibes going, because, okay,
a girl needs to relax.
So I was gonna continue it yesterday night, but then I was just so absolutely exhausted from this week, because, like I said, I've been getting up early, which I usually get up early, but, like, earlier than usual, and I was going to bed late, and I haven't been really sleeping well, and I was like, I just need to go to bed tonight. Like, I didn't even do my usual, like, reading for a night, like, an hour before bed every night thing. I was so freaking exhausted. And that's okay, you know? Sometimes you gotta change things up for the sake of your health. Crazy concept. So, we are just gonna continue having a cozy day today, and then we're gonna call it an end. Well, we might do a little bit tomorrow morning, but for now, this is gonna be like a cozy work from home kind of day. It is Indie Bookstore Day. It is. In fact, it do be that. However, I don't have anyone to go with. My mom was gonna go with me, but now that my dad's been a little bit sick, she's staying at home. That way they can, you know, get some stuff done around the house and they can take it easy. She can keep an eye on him. Again, crazy concept. I don't have any friends that can go with me. I asked a few friends that could, and they're like, you know, either I'm trying to save money or, like, they have a kid, and so it's like, Chey, just go by yourself. No! Why? I'm fine going to things by myself, but my car's transmission has been acting up really weird lately, and it seems fine right now. But that means that I don't want to push it, especially driving to Nashville, where most of the bookstores are, at least near me. Now, the one that I might go to is actually in my nearest town, like where I drive to anyway. So I might go there by myself. But they don't have the largest amount of stock of things that I like. And I hate to say that, so I might go get, like, one, but they don't really have a lot of stuff that I tend to gravitate towards. But we might go check it out, you know, to support, because that's what the whole thing is about. But in terms of, like, actually going to the ones in Nashville that I want to go to, like Slow Burn and all those, I don't have anyone to take me, and I have friends in Nashville, but the whole point is that I can't drive to Nashville just on a whim. And I ain't finna make one of my friends come down all the way down here and come get me. That ain't fair. Unless they want to, but that's a long drive. So, unless something changes, we're here at home. And maybe town. I am fixing to make myself one of my favorite cozy breakfasts that I have not made in a very long time, which is French toast and eggs. I'm gonna make myself a big cup of coffee. We're gonna make ourselves some homemade breakfast, and we're gonna have a slow start to the morning. All right, y'all. Hey, Jan. Hey, this is my thing. Jan. All right, everybody. I have my breakfast. I have my coffee. Why am I holding it up this far? I don't need to do all that. And I'm just gonna watch some of my watch later that I've been meaning to get to for a long time. I think that's what I'm gonna start the morning with. See you on the other side. Okay, friends, I have successfully finished my coffee, finished a really good breakfast, and I took a shower so that I don't feel gross. And now, in the effort of self-care and being cozy, look, I'm wearing my favorite bathrobe, which is like the only bathrobe I have, the Beartooth one. Fun fact about Chey lore, this was my robe in my graduation pictures from Georgetown, because at the time of taking those photos, when they had to be submitted, They hadn't given us our graduation robes or caps yet, so I improvise, adapt, overcome. I am going to be using this fingernail polish that I got from the clearance aisle at Dollar General. It is like yeah, there you go. That's a pretty good indicator of the color. It's like a blood maroon kind of red. What's it called? Clock Strikes 12. And it's Believe Beauty. Got it for a cool $2.50 in the Dollar General clearance aisle. So I'm gonna put it on because I haven't been wearing nail polish in a while. And then I'm gonna let the boys outside to play a little bit while I get ready to go. And we're gonna go to town and go book shopping. Okay, as we can see, I am now fully prepped and ready to go out. I'm wearing my Southeast hardcore shirt because represent. And look how my nails came out. I usually don't like to paint my nails, not because I have anything against it, but because I think my hands are kind of stubby and so it makes them look weird. And also, like, I end up chipping it a lot because I work with my hands. We have a little bit of a storm going on. See that? It's not bad. It's like sprinkling rain and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna head to town. Oh, but look how pretty that cloud is. Hold on. Isn't that wild? She's gorgeous. Stunning. So I'm gonna head to town and our 2 indie bookstores there. I'm gonna grab some coffee, grab some books, and I hope to be able to make it to Nashville to get to Slow Burn, at least. Because I really want that tote bag. I want it. I want it so bad. So, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna have a good day today regardless, and we're gonna go support some indies. And if I only end up supporting, like, the small businesses in the town closest to me, that's fine as well, especially because it is a smaller town and smaller bookstores. So, let's go. Okay, so we're here at our first bookstore, and I kind of lied. Turns out that the sprinkle storm, I saw a bunch of storm chasers going the other way. So, like, that's a good indicator, but the radar shows this. So, like, I think I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes, and if the luck doesn't seem to change within 5 minutes, because it's right over there, and I do have my rain jacket, but, like, I'd prefer not to use it. First store done. Like I figured, they didn't have a lot that I wanted, but I wanted to support them. Sorry, I'm getting my keys out of my pocket. You're just gonna have to live with it. But the sun has came out. The sun has came. Yeah, the sun has came. My words have gone. And we're gonna go get coffee and on to the next one. Guess I can give you a little bitty haul as I get in my car and take off this raincoat because it is humid, my dudes. So you can tell I'm an elder Gen Z raised next to millennials because I make noises like that. What I did get, I ended up getting, this is the first thing I got, was the Green Knight, Sir Gawain, and the Green Knight. I've been told many times that I should read this as a nature horror and, like, history girly, so I'm very excited to read that. $5. Then I just couldn't really find anything that I wanted. I thought about getting Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, which is, like, my Georgetown fam, but I didn't love it that much. I really enjoyed it, but, like, I don't know, I'm making it next time, but, like, if I'm trying to budget today, I'm like, I really want stuff that I'm excited about, you know, and stuff like that. But I didn't want to walk out of there with just one book, especially because I spent so much time in there. Social anxiety, people pleasing, wow. Beowulf. Look how horrifying this edition is. You might be like, oh, is that like a bootleg random print? This is a Penguin edition. $2. Then, as a last minute grab, I got The Princess Bride, because I've never read it, and that's a crime. Pretty good haul. Pretty thematic of, like, medieval vibes, kinda, and I love it. I'm all for it. So, let's go get some coffee. I'm thinking an iced mocha. And let's go to the second bookstore. Let's go to our secondary location. What's up, dude? Okay, y'all, this is going to be a somewhat short update because it is getting really hot in this car and I don't want to run the air conditioning. I will go over what I got when I get home, but yeah, my wallet. And I just got 4 books. $100, 4 books, 2 hardbacks. They are all books that I've been really wanting to read, though, and by solid authors for me. So I'm not so mad about it, because it's like, at least it's for the community. I am really bummed, though, because I wanted to go to Nashville for Slow Burn, but it's not going to happen. By the time I get up there, they're in East Nashville, which there ain't no freaking parking in East Nashville, and I ain't dealing with that freaking stress, anxiety, headache. But also, if I park where I usually park, which I'm not telling you where, it's my secret, and take an Uber, that's going to be about $20, and then it'll be about $20 back. That's already $40 gone. So, like, that's another hit out of the budget to actually spend there, so it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Which sucks, and I'm really bummed about it, because I really wanted that tote, and I really wanted to go check out the shop, but it's just not going to happen. Unless something changes in, like, the next 30 minutes, because it's already, like, almost 4 o'clock, so. Oh well, I did get a good haul today. I got good coffee, and I think I'm just gonna go home and be cozy and read. Hi y'all, I'm back home. Wow, voice crack much? So on the first stop, as we already know, I got these 3. Princess Bride, Beowulf, and Sir Gawain the Green Knight. But at my second stop, my other local bookstore, I ended up getting 4 books. I didn't want to spend that much today, but I wanted today to really use as an opportunity to get books that I've been wanting for a while that I know that I'm more than likely going to enjoy or love. Like, you know, those must-buy authors, those 5-star authors. And just use it as an opportunity to, like, the books that every time I'm in there, I look at and I'm like, the money would be worth it because I really want it, but, like, I just could never justify it enough to myself. I did that. So, case in point, Mapping the Interior, Stephen Graham Jones. Stephen Graham Jones is a 5-star author for me pretty much all the way through. Tied for my top 2 favorite authors. I love this man, I love his work, and I have a lot of friends who have told me that I'm going to love this and they really want to know my thoughts on it, so I finally pulled the hair trigger. I can't wait for him to destroy me. Yet again. And the man that is tied with him for favorite author is Mark Lawrence. This is Daughter of Crows, his newest novel, and has there ever been a book more made for me? Whenever he announced this, that he was doing this series and it was going to be called, like, Daughter of Crows, I was like, so you've been spying on me. So you've been spying on me. And I really did think about not getting this edition because it's the US edition, which is stunning. You know, it's gorgeous. I love this cover. But I thought about not getting it because they have, like, these beautiful broken binding editions and stuff like that. However, I know that they're going to be more than a pain in the butt to get, and I would rather have it now to actually enjoy it, and then if I absolutely love it enough to shell out that much money for the special editions later, I will, but at least I own it and I can enjoy it and I can, you know, read along and have a good time. When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy, I have a lot of friends who love this book. I have a lot of friends who love Nat Cassidy's writing, and this is one that ever since I heard about it, I've been very intrigued by it because it sounds like the one out of this author's work that I would enjoy the most. It's relatively short. I've had it on Libby for a while, like back and forth, and I just never got around to it. And I look at it every single time I go in the store, and I'm like, I just have a good feeling about it. You know, it's not a 5-star prediction, but it is a really strong like prediction, enough that when I finish it, I'm gonna want to keep it, you know? Sometimes books you don't have a 5-star feeling about, like you're not making a 5-star prediction, that's okay, but you're like, I'm probably really gonna enjoy that. So I'm very happy to have this, and it's a floppy, buttery paperback too. Oh, look, my nails actually like match it. That's kind of that's kind of the vibe. That's kind of the move, honestly. I love that. Who am I? And also kind of matching, The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. I have not read as much of his work as I would like, especially in the series, but I loved The Blade itself and all that I have read by him. So I've heard a lot of people talk about this, and they've likened it to Monty Python, which is, Monty Python raised me. You wouldn't last an hour in the asylum where they raised me. I've heard it described like Between Two Fires meets Monty Python meets, like, something else, and I was like, I'm just already sold. I love crazy cast of characters, and I love the way this author writes characters, and I just want to see what horrible, horrific, funny shenanigans they get up to. I have really, really, really wanted to get a special edition of this, because I have a really good feeling about it. This one I do actually have a 5-star prediction for, but I can't justify the cost that some people are asking, because it's like $200, and that's no. But I mean, look, this, like, standard indie edition is stunning. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. So why not? You know? So yes, that is all I picked up for today. So all in all, here's what I got for Indie Bookstore Day. I am very happy with this haul. A lot of books I have been meaning to read for a very long time, and I'm happy to see on my shelves. My stats are not going to be happy with me this month, but I'm happy with me. And it's good for y'all, because you get to see me get punished at the end of the month. Yeah, maybe I'll just start now. How long's Beowulf? How long could it possibly be? What should we read tonight, though? Speaking of all this, what do I do with you? Where should you go? I don't know. Actually, I'm just gonna set you on the table tonight. What do I feel like reading tonight, y'all? Because I have to read for my hour before bed. But I'm gonna read for 2 hours before bed. See, I want to read this. I want to keep reading this, but it threatens to put me to sleep every time I do. And let me say this. That's not a bad thing. It's not that it's boring. It's not that it's bad. It's just that when I'm already tired, fantasy, working to remember all the things in fantasy, really, really tires me out. So when I'm trying to read... Now, if I was just reading to read before bed, and I didn't have, like, a time limit on it, I would just read this until I was tired enough to fall asleep. But if it's tiring me out, and I'm trying to go for the full hour, it kind of works against itself, you know? Because I'm sitting here like, I have to keep going. Hour's not up. I have to keep going. Hour's not up. You know, so it's not as productive. So I might read a little bit in this. I think maybe what I'll do is also, you need to go up somewhere. I got this at an estate sale, 1,000 Mornings, Mary Oliver, and I really, really enjoyed it. There are some beautiful lines in here. For instance, from The Moth, the Mountains, and the Rivers, who can imagine in what heaviness the rivers remember their original clarity? I just love that. Or Green, Green is My Sister's House. Love that one. Really short poetry collection, but beautiful. So I finished that. I wanted to start doing a thing where, let's just talk. Let's chat for a little bit. Because why not? Actually, let me go get my water. And then we will chat. Alright, y'all. Let's talk a little bit. Just about some general bookish things, like, in general, because why not? I don't really have anywhere else to put these discussions. Also, what are you? Why do I just have a random shirt on the back of my couch? It's comfort colors. Is this an Orthodox shirt? It is an Orthodox shirt. Why are you just on the back of the couch? Oh, I think it's where I wore it over my swimsuit when I went swimming and came home and just tossed it. Look, hey, if you like hardcore, if you like Southeast hardcore, you should check out my dudes in Orthodox Nashville hardcore. I love Orthodox. They are not paying me to do this. I just love them. They know that, unfortunately for them. Books, though. We're talking about books. My eyebrows have been really, really itching lately. Sidebar, I think tonight I'm going to keep reading Don't Fear the Reaper. I'm about 80 pages into it. Wow, that really does not put it in perspective. That's better. This will definitely keep me awake. Something that I've been wanting to start doing early in the morning is, yes, read my 10 pages a day books. I come up with all these new habits and then I don't do any of them. In an ideal world, let me put it this way, in an ideal world, I would love to do my 10 pages a day, and then I would love to have, like, 30 minutes or an hour, ideally an hour, of just reading every single morning. 30 minutes to an hour. And if I can't do, like, 30 minutes to an hour in some book that I'm reading, I would at least like to read a short story or a poem. Just one. I feel like that would be good ways to start my morning. I have not been doing that recently. My whole thing has just been so wonky. And I'm like, girl, lock in. What are we doing? We're reading like 30 books. What? How? Like, lock in. I will say, I'm having so much fun reading what I'm reading. And just being unapologetic about it, you know? I'm having such a good time with Mr. Stephen Graham Jones. I'm having fun reading poetry. I'm having fun reading classics. I'm just enjoying life, man. And that's pretty sick. Because you gotta find joy and whimsy where you can in this economy. I've also just been having a lot of thoughts on the bookish communities in general, which there's probably going to be videos about. But I've just been having thoughts in general, which is dangerous enough on its own. And yeah, loving what I'm reading recently, not really loving the internet community surrounding this hobby as a whole. BookCon, I'm mainly looking at you. I know I had some more stuff to say, but I can't remember. So right now, I'm just going to start my hour. And I'm going to read. I'm going to read for the hour for the video. And then I'm going to come back. We're going to go to bed. And I'm going to read until I fall asleep. How about that? Y'all get the extra bonus content behind the short. Okay, obviously, I'm ready for and in bed. And I'm looking over at my TBR shelf. And I'm trying to pick out my new 10 pages a day book. Because I should be 20 pages into it by now. I ain't even picked it out. I think I'm going to go with the picture of Dorian Gray, though. Because it's been languishing in my currently reading for forever. Thing is, though, is that I'm already some into it, but honestly, I don't think I'll mind starting it over, because what do I really remember? And I'm tired of just leaving it languishing, because I was really enjoying it. I think, though, tonight, before I go to bed, or before I fall asleep in bed, I think I'm just gonna probably read some of my library loans, and or, like, one of my languishing e-reads. I don't know. I know I probably shouldn't be touching a screen before I go to bed because that defeats the purpose of reading for an hour before bed. But I don't really have any books, physical books, near me right now that I want to, because I'm gonna be frankly quite honest with y'all. I'm about to just sleep. Like, I'm probably gonna read like 2 pages and just fall asleep. So I don't want to have to fight to get a physical book that I feel like reading 2 pages of before I pass out. So, like, you know. But then why do I want to start, like, every chunky fantasy on my shelf? Bruh. Let's talk through some of my options. I have a bunch of Kindle reads that I've just had for forever. I don't pay for the Kindle stuff. I actually got Kindle way back in my college days because they were some of the, like, that was how I got some of my textbooks or required textbooks for class. That's originally where I have it, and those are my oldest books. But now, like, I get some of the free books, but I don't have Kindle Unlimited, nor will I ever. And I do not own a Kindle e-reader, nor will I ever, unless I get one, like, that's jailbroken and buy it from somebody. But I'd rather just buy a Kobo. But why would I do that? I haven't gotten to the point of needing one yet because my iPad does well enough. This is an iPad. I'm not an iPad girly. I mean, I kind of am. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. You don't care. I got this when I went to Blackbird. They gave all of us iPads for, taking notes and stuff like that. So it's an 8 gig. It's not very big, but she's enough to read. She's a great e-reader, and that's pretty much all I use it for, except for sometimes designing thumbnails. So, like, all that to say, I don't need a Kindle. I will never get a Kindle. I'm fine just using the Kindle app and not paying for anything. And if I do end up getting an e-reader, it will be a Kobo. Also, I have Libby on here and stuff like that. So, and all that to also say, I have a lot that I've just collected, from Stuff Your Kindle Days or whatever and stuff like that I have yet to read. Maybe I'll pick up one of the quick reads. One of those, like, short story things. Case in point, I'm going through my books, and I just found out that I have If It Makes You Happy, which I got from Libby, because I didn't remember that I already have it on my Kindle. Okay, well, time to go turn that loan in. That's nice. That takes one of my loans out. And see, that's why I need to actually read and look at this stuff. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to read a chapter in whatever library book that I choose to have. I think that'll do us. Okay, good night. So, instead of the morning, we're just going to do Sunday night, preparing for Monday. How about that? It sounds good to me. And I am letting the boys play before I let them in to go to bed for the night. I knew that was about to happen. So, we're just chilling in Cedar Rapids. Right, Sambo? This is Sam. If you've never been here before, this is Sam. That's Bub. And they have an Instagram if you're interested in that. It's called Press Play Puffs. No pressure. But yeah, they're my babies. I've been working pretty hard all morning on different stuff, and my parents usually come on Saturdays and Sundays, so we've been doing stuff around the house and getting all that done, which feels great, which feels good. I obviously did not film a bunch of that because I was busy doing stuff. But look how beautiful this day has been. Look at that. Hold on. Stunning. So I decided that before we all go in for the night, that we would just come outside and enjoy, the sun as it's setting. I thought I was just gonna, like, let them out and let them run around, as I usually do. But then I was like, what am I gonna do? Just sit inside for the next 30 minutes and just be on my phone? So I'm gonna come out here and just chill with them and enjoy the fresh air for the next 30 minutes. I have a thing about me where I really want to be outside a lot, and it is essential for my dopamine. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm not like, oh, I get seasonal. No, I have to lizard it. I have to lizard it or my mental health goes like, and so I have this really bad thing that really stunted me in doing my videos last year of not getting stuff done because I had this visceral need to go outside. Like, if I didn't stay outside a super long time, it really affected me mentally. I'll try and get you out of that glare too. I don't know why. I legitimately don't know why. I'm sure it was some chemical thing. I'm sure it has to do with hormones as well. I don't know. I think it was also a lot of my middle school years catching up to me. Middle school years where I, like, stayed inside, all the time watching YouTube, like Markiplier, Bob, and Wade, and all them. And now as an adult, I'm like, no. I need outside dopamine. But either way, it was really bad, and I hardly got anything done, and then that led into a cyclical cycle of being depressed about not getting anything done, or being depressed if I was inside too much. However, now, this year, I feel a little bit more well prepared. While the temptation is still there, like, I really want to be outside. I love being outside. I definitely feel more prepared to have more of a balance this year. So on days where I really have to work and I really have to grind down and get stuff done, I give myself like an hour. I'm like, okay, we go outside for an hour, not counting like when I take the dogs out and stuff like that. I'm like, I can go outside and go around for an hour, but an hour is the limit. Then I have to go inside and get work done. I have to get a certain, task or whatever done. And then if that gets done, then I can gauge and go outside some more, but only for a certain amount of time. And then I have to come inside and do some more work. I've been doing that lately, and it has been super helpful. I've been feeling a little bit of resistance within myself, but not as dramatically as I did last year. Like, it's more of a bummed rather than like a actual, like, physical depression. It's more of like a, but I don't wanna, versus like, I have to sit here and do nothing. Life has no meaning. When I say bad, I mean, I would literally stand at my window blinds and just stare outside like this. It's definitely better. It's definitely better. And I know that, like, as spring keeps coming and as summer gets warmer, it's gonna get even worse. So I'm telling myself, like, girl, we gotta lock in. That, like, we gotta suffer. Sometimes you gotta hustle a little so you can ball a lot, or whatever Tom Haverford said. Look at the birds. See the birds? Right there. Right there. Birds. Birds. Beetles. I love them. Your Honor, I love them. So yeah, we're just gonna chill outside here. That's my little catch-up. That's my little talk. And I feel better saying that, and I feel better doing it, because also life has just been busier this year. I'm back to working at the venue. The venue was an unstable place for a while, but now that I'm working more in a regular capacity, that has also taken up time. And I don't know, I just feel more well-equipped, except I'm working on bigger, longer projects, and part of me is like, girl, this project is like, as it's going, it's going to take forever. Start another one. But if I start another one, that even if I can finish it sooner, that's taking away time that I could be working on the original one. So, like, yeah. But so there is progress being made, it's just not the amounts of progress that I want. But hey, I will recognize wins where I can get them, and that is a step in the right direction. So now it's just, I need to inch that step a little bit further. I need to gauge that distance just a little bit further. I'm trying to be nicer to myself about recognizing my wins and being kind and gentle on the back steps, you know, because it's not going to help me any to be upset about what I didn't get done or something, the way I did something wrong. The only way it's going to get better is by, like, looking at it. Sorry, someone went by on a four-wheeler and I had to corral the demon. It's not going to be helpful for me or anybody to focus on what you did wrong and, like, really get down on yourself about it. The only way you're going to get better is if you look at it, acknowledge what happened, figure out what happened, and say, okay, what can we do to not do that in the future? It's not worth, like, looking back in your rearview mirror continuously, because you're driving ahead. You know? That's the way that I feel about it. And I'm proud of myself for handling it like that. So, yeah. Aren't they such cutie patooties? They have such a great mom. Lovers. Lovers. Quit staring at me with them big old eyes. Or whatever the Flying Dutchman said. But yeah, I have such fun videos in the works, in the plans. And I really just, I feel like that meme of the astronaut the entire time. But yeah, I have a lot of fun plans in the works, a lot of good scripted videos. I just really need to suffer unto myself and focus on getting them done. But we'll take wins where we can. Right now, I'm just gonna sit out here and enjoy the nice weather with my boys. And then we're gonna come in and we're gonna set ourselves up for success on Monday and do a lot of reading and stuff. So, I'll see you inside. We are back inside, and I just spent some much needed time going through and deleting some emails, as well as applying for different things, and I think I'm gonna do that rejection journal challenge or whatever. I'm not gonna do the 1,000 one. I think I'm just gonna start with 100, but it seems like something that could be fun. I'm gonna fix myself some supper, because I can feel myself getting a little lightheaded, and then I'm gonna sit down and watch some YouTube Watch Later that has just been building for months, because right now, Markiplier has pretty much been on all days with my body double. So I'll make some yummy dinner, some comfort food, and I'm gonna sit down, watch some YouTube Watch Later, and we'll get to reading and preparing for the week ahead. I'll show you all a little bit of what I do to prep for the week ahead, if you care, even if you don't. Oh well. Yeah, they had fun outside playing. We just sat out there and listened to the birds and watched the sun and look at the trees, and we just had ourselves a big old time. So I just spent some time scrolling on threads and reels, as is my brain rot right for a Sunday. I'm not going to spend too long on this because I don't know how many people actually care about it, but I care enough to show you, and that's all that matters. Things that I usually do on the weekend to prepare for the week ahead. These are my 2 journals. This is my daily Bujo journal. This is my YouTube journal. What I will try to do every single week is make a new layout in both of these. This one, I only check whenever I need to reference it, so I will go through and I'll be like, okay, what did I do well this past week? What are my priorities for this week? What's secondary? You know, just to-do list, task list. That way, if I ever be like, where am I at on a video? She got me. Also to note down ideas and stuff like that. This is just a Bujo journal as it was intended before it came an Instagram trend. I just go through and I lay out my week. I list all the things that I need to know. And I also have sections for like social media ideas or how many times I've posted, like little habit trackers, but simple ones. Things that I can tally instead of coloring in and stuff like that. I've found that the more complicated that I make it, the less that I use it. It's almost like it was designed for ADHD intentionally before it became a trend. Crazy that. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to update these. Now, do I follow them every single day? No, but the intention is always there. And they're there if I need them. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to make my layout for these this week. Then, while listening to an audiobook, I'm going to go into my computer and my phone, so I won't video this, but I will go through all my photos of the past week, all my photos and videos, and I'll delete anything I don't need to have. I'll post screenshots in a server in a folder that I have. Any photos that I've been meaning to send to friends will get sent to friends. Anything that I need to post on social media for the next week will go into its own folder. Some things will get drafted, some things will get deleted. And whatever I film this week that I have not already put on my computer, I'm going to put it on my computer and I'm already going to open and start a new project in Final Cut to start editing the video for it. Including this one right now. I'm not going to spend too much more time on this because I think I'm going to go film a book haul in a few minutes. So that'll be fun as well. I'm hoping that that won't take a long time because I don't really have much to say whenever I haul books. I don't know about y'all. I tend to haul books on vibes because I don't really buy that many new books. And so, yes, I will read the back and be like, ooh, do I want this premise? Do I want to spend, you know, however much money on it? But I don't need to know every single detail going into a book. I can look at the back and be like, this sounds interesting enough for me to want to spend $4 or $5, but whatever it is. And then as soon as I get home, I'm like, I don't remember what that was about. But I trusted myself enough in the moment to make the decision. Because it's the decision that I don't often make, and when I make it, it is a very heavy decision for me. So, by the time that I get to book haul videos, I'm like, yeah, mapping the interior is about, dude? Like, I don't really have much reasoning for it besides just, yeah, it looked interesting. I think that we're so afraid of saying things simply that we fill the silence, and I just think that's unnecessary. I was gonna say stupid, but that's a little mean. I think it's unnecessary. So yeah, I'm going to import some footage, I'm gonna work on my journals, and then I'm gonna go film the book haul thing, and then we're gonna sit down and read for a little bit. I try not to get too much work done on Sunday nights, like actually focus on like working specifically, because I just want to take it to just decompress, and I would rather spend that time getting ready for my week ahead than feeling like I'm in a rush to finish something, you know? Okay, I'm gonna hush up, and I'm gonna get to work. Actually, I may go film the book haul first, that way I can get that done, and I can put you up. Because I might read this tonight. No, I'm not gonna read you all tonight, I don't have time. Or do I? It's a feather. I am going to go film the book haul. I'm going to go do that right now. That way I can do it before I get too tired, and I get too eepy, and then I can just sit down and read and have fun. Let's go. And also, that way I can transport the footage from here onto my laptop and then start rendering that video too. So, we've finally come to the end of our vlog. I know, I'm in bed right at midnight. Thank you for sticking along with me on this ride. I hope to do some more, like, cozy vlogs and stuff in the future. I didn't really have anyone planned or anything planned for this, but do you really have to have things planned for a cozy vlog? Not really. I think the difference comes in of, like, the cozy aesthetics, like when you have planned nights in and doing stuff like that, which is, like, fun and great, and you should have those for yourself when and how you can. However, whenever I need cozy, what I'm really searching for is comfortable stability, usually because my life is crazy, so that means for me, just kind of doing cozy things in my ideal kind of normal routine, or what I would like to be doing. So I need to tell myself that it's not a problem, that it just seems more normal, yet cozy. Like, girl, we sitting here reading and have a good time. Why you mad about that, girl? Like, so I hope that you've enjoyed these past few days of cozy moments, of cozy hanging out with me. Like I said, I'll be doing more casual vlogs in the future. I promise I'm not just, like, chaos all the time. Well, I will be doing more cozy vlogs and just regular reading vlogs in the future. This was really just spur of the moment because I felt like it, quite honestly, and I needed it. That's also kind of why it's very hacksaw. I feel like this shirt, the way the neckline is making me look very like this. And I promise, it's not my neck. I don't look like that. See, I promise I am normal. I am normal necked. I'm about to go to bed though, and this vlog needs to end. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to read Morbidly Yours, and I'm going to read my little Ethiopian stories collection until I fall asleep. I probably won't make an update before I fall asleep, so I'm going to end it here. If you enjoyed this and you want to stick around to see more cozy vlogs like this in the future, hit that subscribe button down below, or if you just want to stick around for actually more of my chaos, hit that subscribe button down below. We'd love to have you. And don't worry, while you wait for more, I got plenty more for you to watch on this channel. Vlogs, challenges, bits and bobs. But no one named Bob. You'll have to get that on your own. But for right now, thank you everybody so much for watching. And if you ain't heard from anyone else today, I love you. Love and peace. Bye!